Um, I am a fool out of love. This could be a good definition. Um, I was thinking about God and about myself, and I made an IQ test um, a few months ago, and I believed that my IQ would be around 105 because I knew myself to be slightly more intelligent than the average, and I secretly hoped that it would be 110. Uh, and the result revealed that I had an IQ with, of course, there's a margin for error, but of 131 in France, and I know that the IQ has dropped significantly over the past 20 years. So I don't know what it's worth in international standards, but that's quite high, and it uh, sets me in the 98th percentile of the population, and I have a very high verbal IQ and a very high working memory and a relatively high visuospatial IQ, which is the intelligence of the Northeast Asian, and verbal intelligence is the intelligence of the Jews. But in logic, I have only 105, and so I'm not very good at logic. And when I learned that, in a way, it gave me confidence in myself. And on the other way, I was disappointed because I was such a mediocre logician. And that's why I love Hegel's logic so much, because this is what enables me to complete myself. And I am happy in a way, but disappointed because I know that there are many people who are much more intelligent than I am, and that I will never have the intelligence to understand complex scientific or philosophical works. Those who require an IQ of 140, 150, 160 and beyond, and that the greatest men in the history of mankind had IQs of 160 on average. The philosophers, the military leaders, the scientists, the poets, and I am very far from these men. So yeah, and I just realized that God is. I already knew it, but every time that I remember how intelligent God is, I am amazed, because if every atom in the universe was an IQ point, that wouldn't be enough to measure God's intelligence, because we have no words to define how intelligent God is. It's an infinite being which produces by his thought the 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 whole of the universe, and make it a harmonious intellectual totality. Every heartbeat in the hearts of all men, every chemical movement in the brain of all men is controlled by God unconsciously, but um, it's so overwhelming. Uh, we have no words to express. We This is I don't know what to say. This is because men can elevate themselves to the understanding of aspects of God, and it requires, uh, I would say, it requires hard work. Actually, no, because it is God who thinks through us. So it's not hard work. It's God thinking Himself through mankind. But um, um, the attribute of the divine is pure, infinite, absolute, overworldly intelligence. We have no words to define the intelligence of this entity that which we call God. How can a world be a coherent, harmonious for the intellect, a harmonious world, so vast, so complex? How can every decision made by what 8 or 7 billions of people on the planet be coordinated, uh, so that at the proper moment everything will fall into place and everything will become intelligible? How is that possible? That's how can the holy books have multiple secret readings? How can all the philosophies interconnect with the religious writings and history and this is so beyond understanding. And I would I would I would like to say that God's intelligence is the most amazing. It's not a thing. It's the most amazing being ever, ever. And I know that I will suffer, but deep down I know that this amazing experience that we call life is worth it, because God makes it worth it, because He enables mankind to understand Him, and that's the greatest gift. And yeah, so yeah, God is God is very smart, and I think about the what's his name, Liquid Ocelot in Metal Gear Solid, who says, "Yo, you're pretty smart. You're pretty good. You're pretty good." Yeah, God is pretty good. And I just want to give an anecdote. The song Paparazzi by Lady Gaga. She says, "I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until you love me. I won't stop until that boy is mine." And maybe I'm crazy, but I know that I'm not. Or yes, I know that I am, but I know that it's part of the dialectical process, so I have no problem with my insanity. But God wants to possess me, and in 2018, when I was converted to Christianity, and I felt and believed that I had a inspiration within me and that God was on my side, but God is on no one's side. But I fell in platonic love with a girl. I already told that story. I don't know if the videos are still available, but I can say it again, because I fell in love with a girl because of her intelligence. When I understood the depth and intelligence of her words, I immediately fell in love. And then I spent many weeks watching her videos and trying to to understand her life with the clues that she left. And I wanted it. It was what Glenn Alexander Maggie calls a demonic drive for complete possession of the object. I wanted to possess her intellectually. I wanted to have a full understanding of her from an intellectual standpoint. I wanted to understand the songs that she loved, the books that she loved, the ideas that she had, the culture she lived in. I wanted to understand everything, and this is an evil drive. And what I did not understand is that by doing this attempt at spiritual possession, it was not me who acted, it was God who was playing with me, because in truth it was God that wanted to know about me, and he discovered that I have this demonic drive for annihilation, intellectual annihilation of otherness within me. I cannot deny it. I have a will to power, a dark will to become the intellectual master of whatever confronts me. I want to understand. I have this will to understand, and my IQ test has only enhanced this will, because it has given me confidence in my ability, and now I want to understand everything, and God is using my darkness to know about his own creation in a way. So I am the tool and the puppet of God, and I feel honored in a way, scared also, because it's scary to have God within one's mind, because you can read all the secrets of the heart and of thought. So that's very scary. But at the same time, I feel privileged um, in a way, because uh, God enables me to live the God experience, which is being in the world and trying to equalize the world with the self through a cognitive and rational process, and um, that's amazing. So yeah.